Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello. Never get this screen right. All right. Hello, everybody. I got back from RetroCon yesterday, which I hadn't been to before, but I got to see a couple of old friends.
What's
Sean
up?
Grogan was there.
Yeah,
Nice to hang out with him again. It was nice to finally meet Dean in person, who I've been friends with for
forever.
15 years.
Yeah,
He he was the very first podcast guest we ever had on our original edition of the Audio General Geekery. Um,
he sent me.
Brian had just gotten deployed, and we had a show scheduled. So I got a guest, and Dean was that guest. And all these years later, I finally met him. So
And
that
he
was pretty cool.
he sent me the Revoltech Megatron, and that went with me all over the world.
How many different countries did you live in? Like eight?
I don't remember how many countries he's been in. He was all over Africa. He went to Ukraine. I think I took him to Poland. He was in my luggage every time I deployed. So
Um, that's awesome. Yeah, so Dean, he's been friends with us for a while, but uh
I still have the Megatron. It's upstairs.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to schedule him on this show, but he's got a different work schedule, so he's been hard to pin down, but it was really nice to finally meet him in person. Um and uh and then we there were a couple of people I recognized from YouTube there. And yeah, it was a pretty fun time. While I was there, we we did a trivia thing, and I won a couple of prizes.
Nice.
See, my trivial trivia knowledge comes in handy every once in a while.
Finally tough, huh?
Yeah, because yeah, now I feel like all this real estate has been well utilized.
Validated.
But yeah, because while we were at dinner Saturday, Sean and his wife Shay were telling us all about the trivia contest because they go to RetroCon every year. They have for like 4 or 5 years, I think.
Okay.
And so they they've done the trivia, so they were telling me about it because, well, they know me. So we went to the trivia, and I won for knowing the voice actress of Rogue from the X-Men cartoon and the X-Men '97 cartoon, for which I won a Hot Wheels uh, X-Men X-Jet, as it's called on the package. It's the
Nice.
black bird. But also, I answered a question about, it was a question that I would not have expected to have so few hands up, but there were only a couple of hands up. What was Ponda Baba's name in the original Kenner toy line? Homeless Man, right? So that's kind of, I expected to be one of many hands up, but at least in our half of the room, I don't know about behind me, but I only saw one other hand go up, and I put mine. So he picked me. So of course, I won the Jada Toys Micro Galaxy Red Squadron box set.
Wow.
So
Cool.
uh, just before the trivia had actually started, and we just saw the prizes, and he just mentioned that the last prize given away would be this one, and I was like, oh, that'd be cool to have. I didn't expect to get it, but so I'm gonna open that on the show, because when I told my friend Olivia, and former guest of a guest of General Geekery, that I had won it, I sent her the picture. She's like, "Oh, that's limited, And have you seen what they go for on the secondary market?" No. So she sent me a screenshot, and it's going for about 100 or more on eBay usually. But
Wow.
I was saying I'm gonna open it before she sent me, and she was sending me that at a reply at the same time with a screenshot that said, "Don't open it." And I wrote back, I'm like, fuck that. I said, not only am I gonna open it, I'm gonna open it on the show. It's gonna be on video. So yeah, so I'm gonna open this bad boy up because I'm not gonna sell it. It's really cool. Here, let me read the contents of it. The pilots included Red 4, John D. Brennan, Red 2, Wedge Antilles, Red Leader, Garvin Drees, Red 5, Luke Skywalker, and Red 3, Biggs Darklighter, and their droid designations, which R2A3, I don't know. R4M9, I don't know. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna open this bad boy up because holy shit, this is cool. Because if you're a nerd for the rebellion like I am, this shit was critical in the movies,
Yeah.
and now it's gonna be critical on my shelf. Um,
We should hang it from the ceiling.
what's that?
We should hang it from the ceiling.
Oh, I just might, because I have now sucked any and all resale value out of this.
Yeah, now we got some of that fishing line, man. Let's hang. You should hang it from the ceiling in formation.
That is true. I am a little bit intimidated by it. What is hanging from the ceiling in here is, yeah, that's Serpentor. That's the Sky Striker. Over there, we have an A-Wing and the Robo Skull, and Brian hung those while they were visiting.
Yes.
I have been reluctant to hang more stuff, but now I have to because that's gonna look awesome. So should I start with Luke? No, I'm gonna start with Big. I'm not gonna open all of them. That would be obnoxious, but I want to show them off. So
Nice.
and let's see. Uh, the Astromech unit comes out.
Huh.
There's Biggs. They've got rubber bands around it to keep it closed, but yeah, I'm not gonna open all of them. But I just wanted to see what they're all about. Ooh. If ever you collected the Star Wars Galoob action fleet line back in the 90s, this is micro the Jada Star Wars micro or the Squadron micro galaxy. They're very reminiscent of it. So
Yeah,
big
that's what I
Biggs
say.
and
And JD tried to get me to hold off on opening my latest acquisitions for until the show, which is the new classified Major Blood, which is not just a repaint because he's got different legs, um, and the battle armor Cobra Commander. But
but
I've already opened them, and the iguana that came with the Cobra Commander,
yeah.
I no longer own that.
Uh-oh. Did it go to your wife's desk
Yeah.
along with desk rat
Yep.
and
Deskrat has a new friend.
whatever that thing was that I put with the penguin that went with that custom I made for you.
Yep.
Um so does she realize that the iguana is Serpentor, this I command?
No,
I think she needs to know that knowledge. She needs to share that knowledge. She doesn't need to acknowledge it. She doesn't need to call it Serpentor because she'll probably name it Gus or something. Um, but yeah, I think she just needs to know that that is Serpentor. Um, so okay, so Biggs Darklighter's droid is R2F2. He's cool. You can see him in the movie. I just didn't know his designation. He's all gunmetal gray and black.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so he's a very cool droid that, well, only lasted as long as Biggs did in the Battle of Yavin, which, you know, poor
Wasn't very long.
guy.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
but
kind of surprised they did that, honestly.
so right as so when Red Leader says lock S foils in attack position, there's actually a button to attach it, but I just wanted to, yeah, because that is friggin' cool.
Nice.
And if anybody remembers some of their expanded universe knowledge, there was single winged X-wing that were available that they called the Z95 Headhunters, made by Incom, just like the X-wing. So really, I don't know. I may need to get another X-wing and customize it just a bit. See, this is not a rabbit hole that I wanted to go down. All right. What happened a couple of months ago was I was telling a friend of mine, he said that he wanted because he had just gotten into this line, this, and so he was saying that they had expanded universe stuff coming out, and then I texted him back later, and I said, you know, I really wish that E-wing that Hasbro made would go on sale somewhere because even though it would still be overpriced, it'd be more reasonable.
It did go on sale.
So
It just went on sale in England.
ah,
Yeah.
but that didn't help me at all either.
Nope.
So
It was a good price. It was like 30 or 40 euros. So I mean, but the shipping to get it over here would have cost.
would have made it the same price as the regular retail. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was before tariffs or before all the tariffs. But
Which, as an aside, before I forget, there is only a couple hours left on the HasLab gunship, and it is 90% funded last time I checked.
really, I
Yep.
knew it would fund on the last day. I figured it would.
I I
It's been struggling along, but it wasn't losing people like the Rancor did a
yeah.
few years ago. So I figured on the last day it would fund. I don't know that it'll make all the stretch goals, which are just a few Jedi anyway. Which, call me crazy, but I think there could have been one Jedi and a few extra clones. But why no?
Uh,
Um,
there's a lot of controversy over this one, that's for sure.
but well, it's cool that it's funding for people who support that. That's great. Um, but yeah, a few, yeah, like I don't know, a few weeks after that, my friend texted me, and he had gotten more into this line, and he's like, "Dude, there's an E-wing in the Micro Galaxy Squadron line," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, I need an E-wing." So, and it was like $19. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I actually got it a few weeks ago. I put it somewhere and then I forgot about it. So I found it. But so I actually got this before I got the X-Wing stuff, but it's the reason why I was like, oh, that would be a cool set to have.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna pop open the E-Wing right now. But it's funny because it was shipped in this bag, but I never took a close look at it. But just before I opened it, I realized that it actually came with mystery vehicle and figure too. So I'm gonna unbox that too after I do this. So um yeah, so the E-Wing, anybody familiar with the expanded universe of Star Wars in the 90s would know the E-Wing debuted in the Dark Empire comic.
Yep.
Well, they brought it into canon with the Ahsoka television series,
Yeah.
in a different paint deco. With the design of the ship is exactly the same,
We did
but the
the
way it looks is different from
we
the
did
way it
the,
was.
we did the
What's
unboxing
that?
of mine. We did the unboxing of mine.
Right, right. I'm just, for anybody who this is their first episode or
Fair.
something. Um, but in this, so the Ahsoka version looks like this with the blue stripes. but there's a different decoration on the Dark Empire version, so it's a lot more limited. So I don't have it. I saw a picture of it. It's cool, but I'm fine with either E-wing. Um, it's just nice to own one finally. And this one actually includes both the Kenner style astromech droid and the pilot, because for some stupid reason, Hasbro released the the E-wing pilot in the blue flight suit
Yep.
a couple of months after they put out uh the E-wing itself,
Yep.
and
I had to
then so you had to order it separately. Brian has both of them, but the
I had to wait to put I hang all of my spacecraft and airplanes from the ceiling in the collection room. And I had to wait to hang my E-wing until my E-wing pilot came. I don't think I did wait. I think I hung it and then just shoved the pilot in there when she came in.
it's just that was a weird choice because the vehicle was already overpriced,
Yeah.
and I think including the pilot would have made it a lot more valuable for the cost. But so here we go. Same pilot in the blue flight suit,
Yeah.
um, with an astromech that looks like the Kenner version. There's actually a button on the bottom of this thing that will lift the astromech up, but I hit it too hard before, and the astromech flew off and hit the screen. And then I'm like, oh, that's a good way to get it lost. So I'm not going to do that. But yeah, so now that I have a few X wings and and an E wing, um, I feel like I really need to get the Ghost from Rebels because that's one of my favorite ships in Star Wars. And the Hasbro version was a $500 HasLab. Um, and I think the Ghost in this Micro Galaxy series, I think it's a $60 thing, and it includes all of the Ghost crew. So,
That's kind of hard.
so I have an E-wing, and I'm happy about that. And let's see how they scale together with the.
Yeah, I was curious about that because the E-wing looks a lot. It's not too bad. It's about the right scale because the E-wing is
So,
supposed to be slightly bigger.
um, well, I'm not sure. I knew that, so I'm okay with this. But
Actually, I don't know.
um,
I haven't seen Ahsoka yet, so my only frame of reference is the Dark Empire comic book.
ah, oh, that's true. Yeah,
And
because
they're kind of smaller fighters in the compared to everything else, but everything else is pretty big that they're fighting. So
um,
yeah,
so um, so maybe there's supposed to be a size difference. Like I know the A wings are smaller than the X wings, and the Y wings are slightly bigger than the X wings, and then the B wing they're
huge,
much
wider.
elongated, so they're a lot long, but they're shorter width wise than all the other because they're a wildly different shape. So I guess the E wing scale is okay; it's acceptable. But yeah, that's really cool that I have an E wing now. Now, but I really need a B wing, A wing, and
I'm gonna
God
say,
damn it,
I was gonna say now you need one of each to go with.
yeah. So what happened was this was a rabbit hole that I didn't mean to go down, and then I went down it, and it was dumb, but well, here we are.
Yeah, well,
Um,
I bet you can probably get them used on the secondary market for reasonable price.
oh, I'm sure. All right, yeah. So it's a scout class. I'm opening the mystery box. What it is, it's a battle droid with the staff from episode one. So it was like the upright speeder bikes that the battle droids rode in. when they were invading the Boo. I cannot remember off the top of my head what STAP stands for, but I think it was Single Trooper Area Aerial Platform.
Yeah, I'm not sure I ever knew that.
Do me a favor, Google that, check me on it.
Single trooper aerial platform. Yep.
I Hi Cat. Um so all right. I wasn't honestly sure about that. Here we go. So all right, so this is very likely to get lost. I'm a little worried about it, just saying.
I
But
I would glue it on there.
uh oh, the battle droid, oh definitely. And I'm gonna glue the battle droid to the little flight stand that it comes with. Or I'm gonna glue the stack to the because whoa. Um
Hang that from the ceiling.
I'm worried about losing it in down a vent or something. Um but yeah, so I'll just take the Hot Wheels Blackbird out of the. Yeah, this isn't normally in my wheelhouse, but I do have a Hot Wheels Jetsons car, the Jetsons family car, on my desk, so this will go well with that. Um, that's about the strangest crossover I've seen. So,
I had some
um,
Hot Wheels and Matchbox as a kid. I don't think I have any in my toy collection at this point in time.
um, my son's got a few Hot Wheels, maybe a few Matchbox too, but my own, yeah, all I owned was the Jetsons family car, and well, now I have the X-wing ship, but I did see the Ninja Turtles party wagon, Hot Wheels, and I did see the Hot Wheels Sky Striker, but um, neither of those are anything I need to own. But that is really cool that they put those out.
Yeah.
Um, at the convention, I saw the real A-Team van, and I got some pictures of it, and that seems like one that if Hot Wheels hasn't done it, they should.
I think
Um,
they have.
uh, I'm pretty sure they've done Kit. Uh,
They have. They've done.
yeah, because I was gonna, and because there was a screen used, fully restored Kit
Yeah,
at this convention.
I'm a little close to that.
Um, and
I've seen replicas, but I've never seen a screen used one in person. And I've
um,
a lot of conventions that have
I
and
got a
conventions I go to, they have a car area.
um, yeah, yeah, I got a video of the red light in the front of Kit.
Yes.
I do remember Kit stands for Night Industries 2000.
That's
And it was voiced by William Daniels in the series, aka Mr. Feeney from Boy Meets World, and that was the coolest part about that show. David Hasselhoff only thought he was the coolest part of that show. He was wrong. Um,
that's
but
only one of the shows that I grew up on as a kid. That and Airwolf and MacGyver and uh yeah.
I don't
So
think I've ever watched a single episode of MacGyver. It wasn't a show my parents watched, so I know Richard Dean Anderson from it, but I really know him more from other TV projects. But um, yeah, I don't. Yeah, we never watched MacGyver.
yeah.
And I did try to watch the remake.
I've watched a couple of there's a bunch of remakes of the Like MacGyver or Knight Rider, because there's been a bunch of remakes of Knight Rider.
Oh, I was talking about MacGyver. I forgot. Yes, there have been numerous remakes of and sequels to Knight Rider. None of them have ever even come close to sticking.
Oh. They
Either there's a TV movie that it starts with and the series doesn't follow, or there's a TV series that does start and it gets a few episodes and it's gone. Yeah, Knight Rider, they seem to
they cannot capture that lightning in a bottle a second time for some reason.
they can't. And I'm pretty sure it's not because of the cast. I'm pretty sure it's not the lack of David Hasselhoff or anything like that. I think a lot of it was just let's take this old idea and put a new shine on it, and people just didn't take to the new shine.
Yeah.
But
Because it doesn't seem like that would be that hard to do. I mean, it's a very unique idea with a lot of world building already built into it that lends itself well to continuation of the original, but it just didn't. A lot of stuff is like that. I mean, any of the new stuff. I mean, like the new A-Team movie. I thought that was fantastic. I absolutely loved it, and it bombed, so they didn't do a new one.
um,
The
I
my,
saw that in the theater. I haven't seen it since, but it was good. Um,
I've seen it. I can't tell you how many times I've seen it. The
um,
Miami Vice movie I thought was fantastic. It bombed. They didn't do another one of those.
I forgot they even made that, and I never watched the original show of that either.
Yeah, that was one we watched too. Was Miami Vice. So, my dad watched that actually. So I watched that with him. Um, Fall Guy. They did a movie of that last year. I think that bombed horribly.
Yeah, yeah, I think it did. Um,
I saw the previews for it. It looked awful.
um, I think I saw the previews for it, but I have nothing to compare it to until that movie was being marketed, and I found out that it was a remake. I didn't know. I have no idea. Then I found out Lee Majors was in the original show, and I'm like, how the fuck didn't I know about that? Wow, lived in a bubble apparently.
I was probably a little before your time because it was early 80s.
Um, but um, yeah, instead, as a kid, I watched Knight Rider all the time, and apparently, I religiously watched The Dukes of Hazzard.
Yep.
Tried to rewatch that a couple of years ago. You know,
It didn't age well.
no, it was dumb as rocks originally, but that was half the fun.
Yeah.
But now it's just dumb as rocks and really dated. And
Yes.
some of it is just really it just doesn't fly anymore.
Uh-huh.
So and honestly, in my opinion, rightfully so, a lot of this doesn't fly anymore.
Yeah.
There were the two movies that they made for the Dukes of Hazzard back in the 2000s.
I
I think
didn't.
Johnny Knoxville was in one of them.
Yeah. I didn't see either one of those.
That was awful. I saw it in the theater because I'm a stupid, stupid person who used to go to the theater a lot to see a lot of really stupid shit. I saw Dude, Where's My Car in the theater. Opening day.
Ugh.
The only thing I can remember from
Seen
that
that movie.
dumbass movie is the drive-through Chinese restaurant. Every time the guy would order, they would say, and then, and I don't remember anything else. It was dumb as shit. But yes, I saw that in the
Never saw.
theater.
Never saw it.
You're fine. You don't need to add that to the watch
I
list.
can't stand
It
it.
is on my list of we'll never watch again though.
Yeah. I can't stand that guy anyway. So that guy just drives me crazy.
Um, but yeah, so the convention was it was good. It was good. Oh, they had an old Batmobile too. It was awesome. I didn't need to pay $20 to get a picture sitting in it.
Everything's so monetized at conventions anymore. It's kind of sad, but it's understandable.
Yeah, I think it was like 30 to sit inside kit and get a picture, but that was the fully restored screen. Where
Mhm.
the 18 band, the Batmobile, they're just replicas. But you cool to see nonetheless. Oh, the Ecto one was there too. One of them. I couldn't tell you the difference to save my life.
Yeah, there's Ecto something or other in any of the conventions we go to.
um, so you said they do have car areas or they don't?
They
Oh,
do.
they do, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
still don't get to see these.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
There's a
um,
local. There's a essentially a local like collectors club, and I think it's those guys that show up to all these conventions.
uh,
And on that note, shout out to the local 501st who got to be on stage with Weird Al at the concert the other night.
whoa, no shit.
Yep. His encore, he did um the two Star Wars songs that he does, and 501st, local 501st was on stage with Weird Al. So
That's amazing.
it
Those
was
songs
a
being the
great
saga
show.
begins and Yoda, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, that is really cool. So,
That's the third time Emily and I have gone to see Weird Al, and he still puts on one hell of a show.
just curious what songs he sang. I've
Uh,
never seen him live.
so the first time we saw him, he did all of like the big hits, and he did a wardrobe change for each one. So this was like 10, 15 years ago. So I mean, it was a hopping show. It was amazing. And then we went to see him a year or two ago, and it's a very long. The name of the tour is very long. It's like the ill-advised, self-indulgent tour, eh, where he only did the stuff that he wrote himself, like no parodies. So
Okay.
all his original. So it was just them on stage, no costumes, nothing fancy, nice lights shows, but no
Totally different experience.
totally different experience, but still fantastic because Weird Al, I don't care who you are, Weird Al is an amazing musician just in general. Um, but this one was a combination of parodies and original, and he did a couple costume changes. So
Nice.
he's definitely getting older. So I mean, I totally respect not doing the costume changes in between every single song because there's just no way that you
Yeah,
could.
he probably has less energy than he used to, as we all do.
Yeah. So
So he
but
did sing some of the big ones and then some of his own. Okay, that's cool.
yeah,
That's cool. And then, oh man, you got was it a bunch of the 501st? Because
it was
there were
about
some of those that
it was about yeah, it was
there's
about half a dozen guys. Um,
nice.
and then the opening act was I'd heard of the guy was Puddle's Pity Party. So it's like this, yeah, I'd heard of it, and then I thought he was like some stand-up comic, but he's actually a musician, and he was really good. He's
Yeah,
I as good as Weird Al was, he did a tribute to Ozzy. So he sung Crazy Train, which was
sweet.
cool. And then just mind blown, he sung the lyrics to Gilligan's Island to the tune of Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
Wait, what?
Yes.
He sang the 3 hour tour lyrics, but put it over Stairway to Heaven.
Yes.
Well,
It,
that is a very random and very interesting sounding.
it was amazing.
I
It was
think
the coolest thing I've ever seen.
as a non fan of Gilligan's Island because it was stupid for like 7 seasons, stupid.
Yeah.
I kind of really want to hear that. So wait, you said it was Huddle's the pity party or something.
Some yeah, Puddle's Pity Party.
I have to look this up. I have to hear this.
Oh yeah, no, I don't. I assume that it's on YouTube somewhere, but holy shit, yeah, it was amazing. I'm like, is that he's singing Gilligan's Island to Stairway to Heaven, and he fucking nailed it, and it was just amazing. And I was like, holy shit, because we got there, we went to it was at a new venue here in Colorado Springs, so we didn't. Traffic was snarled, so we were late getting there. They fucked up our seats. Emily bought wheelchair seats for some and didn't know it. So they wouldn't let us sit in the wheelchair section because neither one of us were in a wheelchair. So we had to go to
Fair
get
enough.
services and fight with them to let us sit in their seat, in our seats. And they're like, well, we don't have any other seats. So yeah, you guys can have the seats that you paid for. So by the time
Yeah.
we sat down, it was like 10 minutes till the show started. And then it's like, okay, well, I guess we're not going to get a t-shirt because I asked Emily, I'm like, do you want to see the opening act or do you want a t-shirt? She's like, I kind of want to see the opening act because I have no idea who this guy is. And I'm glad we sat through the opening act because it was actually pretty good.
Um, I just looked him up. Apparently, he was on America's Got Talent before, and he must have hit it big after that. Because I did find the Gilligan's Island uh, song, like second one in the playlist. Apparently, that one's pretty popular.
I
But
don't, yeah, because he fucking nailed it.
that's that's so weird. I love song mashups in general, but I don't hear them done that way very often, where lyrics of one song are put over the music of another. And certainly not anything as random as Gilligan's Island to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
Those are not words that I really thought I'd say in a sentence before, like
no,
one sentence, anyways.
no. But anyway, shout out to the local 501st who there was there was one guy that is in one of my Facebook groups that got to be up on stage. So
Sweet,
yeah,
sweet. Um, well, that sounds like a heck of a concert experience.
it was fantastic. Always happy to see Weird Al. And the geek overlap was pretty insane. So
Yeah, that's dude, that's really cool. Um,
yeah, and all ages. I mean, there were young kids and people older than us, and I mean, it's Weird Al has transcended time for sure.
and without ever causing a single controversy of any kind.
Yeah,
And while making, did you watch the uh the the biographical movie they made of
I
him?
have. Yeah, Emily watched it with her mom, so I haven't seen it yet, but they
It's amusing.
they showed
It's
clips of it in during the show while he was doing wardrobe changes.
yeah,
So
it's amusing. I say give it a watch just because some of the people they cast to play other artists in different eras of
yeah,
his life was pretty uncanny. Like, who thought of this? And good job,
yeah,
sort of.
yeah. They showed a clip, uh, and I can never remember the actor's name. He's in Ant-Man. He was in the last Suicide Squad. David D'Artagnan. No, David.
Oh, David Emily
See, I can't ever remember. He played the bassist for Queen in the movie. In the
Brian May,
no,
right?
Brian May's the guitarist. John Deacon
Okay.
is the bass
Ah,
player, and he did. I mean, he fucking nailed it.
um, that is that actor has a podcast called Deathly Confessions or something, where or grave conversations, where he lays in one coffin and reads questions to a celebrity laying in another coffin, and they're on camera the whole time, both people. So it's they have strange conversations. There's one that is in the shadow of our, what do you think of, what do you think happens after we die, from our questionnaire? And I become fascinated with this podcast, but the host says his name in every episode, and I still can't pronounce it.
I can't
But
either.
that guy is really cool,
Yeah.
and I've seen him in other stuff, but he usually has an accent of some sort. I
Yeah.
was very surprised to hear that his regular voice is, there is no accent of any kind. So, um,
Yeah, because he's got an Eastern European accent in Ant-Man, and then he's got a British accent in the Weird Al pick.
yeah, so yeah, that's good stuff. So,
Yeah.
so you've seen Weird Al 3 times now, and you think you'll go again at some point?
Uh, I don't know. It depends. It's going to depend on where it is. Because if he's back at this same venue, I don't know if I want to go back to that venue.
Um, well, no, not after that headache. That's terrible.
Yeah. It's kind of a pain in the ass. But he had like three shows here in Colorado. So
I've I haven't been to as many concerts as you have, anyways. Like sheer number of people, but one thing I've never done is I've never repeat seen anybody in concert.
uh, seen Van Halen twice. We've seen Weird Al three times now. And then next month, I think we're gonna see Alice Cooper for the third time.
um,
He's gonna be here with Judas Priest, and I've never seen Judas Priest in concert, so I'm looking forward to that.
I I don't even know if I could name any of Judas Priest's songs, honestly.
You probably can.
Um, but so yeah, that sounds like fun. Did were there a lot of was there a lot of singing along in the Weird Al concert?
Yes.
Um, because I would imagine some of those songs could possibly drown out Weird Al from all the singing along.
Potentially.
Yeah.
Potentially. So yeah, there's definitely one that like Emily and I sang along to. It's called One More Minute, and it's if you know the song, it's pretty funny. So Emily and I were singing it to each other because it's a love song, but it's not. So yeah, Google the lyrics and you'll see the humor in it.
um,
If you don't, you're not a Weird Al fan and you don't already know the song.
I
But
am a Weird Al fan. I just don't remember that song off the top of my head. But
it was one of his original ones. It's not a parody. So
um, yeah, I like some of his original stuff almost as much as, like, there's one about sitting in the LA traffic, which amused the heck out of me, and I don't know why. And that was long before I lived in LA and tried to drive in that traffic, and I'm like, fuck, where the hell was right? And I bet people say Weird Al was right about a lot of things. Hey, Pat, get out of here.
yeah,
Go find a hobby.
it was a hell of a show. I and there's I was gonna mention toy news. I don't think there's been anything recently announced since our last episode. We're still waiting on. We talked about things that didn't age well. One of those things is the Mask cartoon. However, the toy line did. And Loyal Subjects is making a new mask line, and it was due, about 2 weeks ago. So everybody's wondering where the fuck it is.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Is there worry on the is there worry in the fandom that
I don't think they're
something may have happened, or
are
too soon
worried.
for that?
Yeah, no, I think it's too early for people to be worried. They're just pissed that the
Ah,
that the estimated delivery date was end of August, and here we are, middle of September.
ah. Okay, so we're in the first stage of grief first, just anger, right? Okay. So All right, good. Um,
And that was one of my birthday presents was the first wave. So
you
I'm
know,
waiting on it too because we're gonna do an unboxing on the show once it shows up.
it it. I really hope you get it before Christmas, at least. I don't.
That'd be nice. I think
Uh
if they take and they keep like they just put a pre-order up for the products on Amazon uh
oh,
a couple of days ago. So that was kind of the big news for them.
yeah.
Everyone's like, why are you pimping more
Stop putting up pre-orders when you haven't delivered on the first wave.
And then
Um,
a couple months before that, they did a pre-order for all of the vehicles recolored in gold and black for the 40th anniversary. And they look fantastic, don't get me wrong, but I'm not buying them twice. And I just want the original ones. So I am not buying the gold and black ones, even though they look fantastic.
are there any that you would maybe buy a gold and black one instead of the vintage inspired one, or fuck no, it's vintage all the way?
It's vintage all the way. I had a couple of those vehicles as a kid. Um, and then just it was like I could have GI Joe or I could have Mask, you know.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's like
GI Joe
GI
usually
Joe
one.
all day long, you know.
Yeah,
Every once in a while there wouldn't be anything new in GI Joe, and it's like, okay, I can get a Mask thing today. So I had a couple of them, but there are I'm really hoping that this line takes off and that it does well and they're able to put out all the stuff that was out originally because I will support the line. I will be a completist on this. Um,
they just need to get to shipping the first three vehicles, right?
and as far as shipping for those that are interested, Monster Force is on a boat headed towards the United States. So
Oh,
yeah, they are estimating to ship sometime this month, later this month.
oh. So, oh boy, you're gonna have a meltdown when you get the next wave of those. Um,
And we still can't get Bill on the show.
someday, damn it, someday.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, at the show, I got a few things. I got Blanca from the Street Fighter line. There was a seller who had him at 30, and he's a relatively new release, but Big Bad Toy Store and all the other online retailers have him for 35. So I'm like, okay, I'll take that. Plus, I don't have to have it. I don't have to. I don't have to pay shipping. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take Blanca. There was a Saga for 40, but I'm like, no, with shipping, it'll be the same cost in Big Bad Toy Store, so I'll buy it later. So and I got Buzzer, the classified version. He was $20. So I'm like, all right, cheaper than retail, so I'm gonna get it. I knew I'd eventually end up with the rest of the Dreadnoks anyways. Ripper's my favorite, so I'll probably go for him next, but I couldn't pass up Buzzer for less than retail. Um, and it was in one. I remember that it was one of those windowless packages.
Yeah.
So there. I bought it, and I thought, damn it, better be Buzzer in here, not like Play-Doh or some shit. But turns out it was Buzzer, and all of his gear, some of which I glued on. Those glasses, boy, do I understand all the complaints about those glasses.
Oh yeah.
They not only don't stay on, they don't even properly fit the head
Oh,
unless you can maneuver them just that way. But they're gonna pop out because they're real rubbery, which is nice because you don't have to worry about breaking them.
yeah.
But they're it's harder to maneuver on his face. So I glued. I mean, I was planning to glue them on anyways because they're dreadnoughts. They need their, you know.
Let me go get. I wasn't going to review the new classified figures on the show, but I do have something new. I've already opened it, but I think it's worth getting. So
Yeah, go for it.
let me go grab it off the shelf. All right. All right. So
So
I would be remiss of me not to review. Oh, yeah, your Blanca or your
yeah, so Blanca, he's cool. He's got a roaring head too, but I prefer the growly head. Here's Buzzer with his freshly glued on glasses. I glued above one ear, then above the bridge of his nose, then the other ear. So they are laying properly, but holy shit, what a pain in the ass. Um,
kind of
and
sounds
the
like.
Power Ranger that goes for a lot online, I found them loose for 25 bucks, and it's actually a steal because I missed him 2 years ago at Target, and now he's going for 75 and 80 online. Fuck, no kidding, right? So,
Wow.
so my haul was, but compared with my, oh yeah, plus my winning. So I really came, I had nothing that I needed to look for, and I
Yeah.
came home with some loot. So,
Yeah. So my latest edition is the Hiya Toys Cobra Viper.
oh, what a cool design.
Yeah, they did a
I
fantastic job with this.
I would buy that design in the 6 inch scale because it isn't the Cobra Island design,
It's not.
and it's way away from retro. If they made that figure just in class, I buy it. I don't have any other Vipers, so
So yeah,
that is
articulation.
cool.
The vest is removable. I'm not going to remove the vest. He's got two different guns. They both peg into his backpack. Backpack's removable. It's got a vac metal faceplate. The goggles are hinged and go down over over the faceplate, which is pretty cool. Uh, he has a removable pistol and a removable knife.
Um, what are the joints like? Is he fiddly at all? Hi, cat.
Uh, it's I've seen some complaints about some of the Hiya Toys Joes. I haven't had any problems with any of my Hiya Toys Joes, and I've got
Yeah,
it.
that's what I thought. Because every time you open it, you're like, this feels solid enough.
Yeah, no, it's a very solid figure. The shoulder joint on mine is kind of it's not glued, but it's super stiff. So I tried to heat it up and loosen it up, but it still stayed stiff.
Oh,
So I'm not gonna fuck around with it because I don't want to break it. But I have tried to like manipulate it and it hasn't broken, which Hiya Toy stuff in the past, I've had problems like the DC stuff when it first came out, it was fragile as fuck. The Predator stuff is hit or miss. I've had a couple of those uh break, but for the most part they're pretty decent. But this is a decent solid figure. The of course everybody's complaining about how much they are. Yes, they're expensive because they're low production run, they're high quality, and they are not available in the United States. So you're going to have to pay a premium to get them.
and
Uh,
they'll never be at Ross, so people are extra pissed.
yeah, yeah, because these you're never going to find these at discount. Most of them, um, most of the figures do sell out shortly after they come out. If the pre-order itself doesn't sell out, so if you know somewhere to get them, I would highly recommend pre-ordering them or getting them shortly after they do get released because this is going to be once and done. I mean, everybody is crying because they've missed the Storm Shadow and the Snake Eyes, and they were fantastic figures. I saw when the pre-orders went up, I'm like, ooh, I want one of those. So I pre-ordered them, and I'm glad I did because the pre-order sold out, and they've never come back.
And you know what? It's with 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 such a limited availability, there it's probably not cost effective for them to re-release it and rerun it, or maybe repaint it. But yeah,
They've only done one repaint, and that was Destro to do Shanghai Comic-Con
Oh yeah, the
Daddy Destro,
yeah
Profit Director Destro, which I was able to get for a really good price.
yeah. You unboxed that on the show.
Yeah. So they haven't announced there are a few new pre-orders for those up, and then the newest one is the Range Viper, and it looks fantastic.
You need it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but I am.
but you need it. Yeah. Um.
And for people that are wanting these, the place that I get mine through is cooltoysclub.com, I believe is the name of the place.
That's where I ordered Zartan because I only have Zartan, but I went there because that's the place you recommended, and
And then
they
the
came through. I had forgotten I pre-ordered the thing, and it showed up the same day. Brian's like, my Zartan, my Hiya Zartan should be here today. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I had forgotten, and then I looked outside. I'm like, what is this? I opened it. I'm like, oh fuck, I forgot I pre-ordered that.
yeah,
So, um,
the other place that carries them now and didn't before is Locker Toys, and I got most of my Joy Toy figures from them a
oh,
number of
that's right. You used to order from them because it came from Asia, but you'd get them like
three
three
days,
weeks later or something.
like 3 days later.
Or that, or yeah, that's right. 3 days compared to like the 3 weeks usually for so.
Yeah,
But then you stop buying Toy Toy all the time because that's hard to keep up
it just got expensive.
with.
Those are the two
Well,
places that I know that are reliable that you can get the Hiya Toys GI Joe. And I post pictures of these when I get them, and I get a bunch of people that are just like, I won't buy it because it's not available in the United States. It's like,
okay, cool.
yeah,
I'm happy for you for taking a stand.
yeah. And then they just are bitter about it. And it's like,
I was gonna say, yeah, it sounds like a lot of bitterness.
you have, and they're blaming Hiya Toys for it. And it's like, this isn't Hiya Toys' fault. This is Hasbro. This is a licensing issue. Hasbro's
Yeah,
not,
because some of the highest stuff's available in the US. Only half of the Ninja Turtles line is available in the US. I don't know why.
I
The
don't,
turtles themselves have to be they're import only.
yep.
The most of the supporting characters, like I think the villains, they're available through Big Bad Toy Store, but nobody else. The turtles aren't.
Nope.
It makes no sense. So at least with Joe, at least they're consistent.
Yeah.
All of them are import only. So that's got to be maddening for the Ninja Turtle collectors
Oh, I can't even imagine. I didn't even,
because that April they put out was phenomenal.
yeah, it
That
was.
is easily the best April O'Neil figure ever released. And but you can only get her and I think Splinter over here. I think all the so it's weird. That was a weird decision.
I have to I have to assume that there's licensing issues with it too.
Um, maybe they simply have too many different companies in the US that are already releasing their own Ninja Turtles
No idea.
because NECA, Super 7, uh, Playmates still
Playmate
release their own Ninja Turtles.
Playmates is
Um,
another line that's out now. We
yeah,
I
and
yeah,
they've got multiple turtle lines running at the same time. They have the retro
yeah.
reproduction line. Then they have the next mutation cartoon based line, and then they have a remastered edition that they're coming out with now with same turtles, all new sculpts, all new articulation, new details, things like that. But so they have their own. So it's possible that the Ninja Turtles themselves are just so saturated in the US that they're like, all right, Asian outside markets, you can have the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I don't
That's the only guess I
my guess is licensing issues, but I don't know.
have.
But I this is one of the lines that I continually am surprised to see continue because GI Joe not available in the US market just does not seem like a financially sound decision to make, but they keep putting out figures. The pre-orders keep coming out. Yeah, it takes them a long time to get the figures out. They haven't missed one of their pre-orders.
No, they haven't missed one. They haven't canceled. They haven't had any that are pushed back.
Nope.
They come out when they're ready, and that's it. And they've been consistent because you said at the beginning, I don't know if it's viable because they put out Snake Eyes first, or they advertised Snake Eyes first, then Storm Shadow, then Cobra Commander, which was exactly the order we expected. And then it was a long time before anything was heard from Hiya after that. And then they started putting them back on pre-order, and then they delivered the very limited first three. But there was a long period of time where you're like, I bet this isn't going to work out. Let's see if we even get those first three because you
Yeah.
just you were rightfully assuming that they're not, these aren't coming, but they've been inconsistently consistent with actually putting them out. Um, so in that Viper, they took a lot of license on that, and holy shit, that is so cool.
Yeah, they nailed it. I would fucking army build this in a heartbeat if this was available in the United States for a reasonable price.
Yeah,
Because it,
you would have ordered four of them, not one of
yeah,
them.
but I've held off on the pre-orders for the next few that I want. Um, I have a Cobra Trooper coming at some point in time, and I have the Crimson Guard pre-ordered too. The next ones that I'm planning on pre-ordering, Outback, Torpedo, and the Range Viper. There are a few that
Wait,
I have skipped.
Outback and Torpedo, weren't they up for pre-order a long time ago?
Yeah,
Oh, you just haven't pre-ordered them yet.
no.
Okay, because they're not selling out, so the
It-
pre-orders aren't selling out, so you're good. Okay. Um, so which ones did you skip? You skipped.
Gung Ho, Cobra Commander. Hang on a sec here. Let me. Tiger Force Flint, Lady J.
I almost ordered Lady J, but I didn't.
Uh, that was the one person that's commented on mine said that they thought the Lady J figure was flimsy. Um, so that was the one that they have that they didn't like.
Uh,
Let's see here. Spirit, I haven't decided on whether or not I'm going to get Spirit yet or not.
you have the classified spirit, so
Yeah, but
right. So
but
yeah, I could.
the Hiya Toys is the same one, and it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So the ones that have come out, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes were the first two, then followed by Cobra Commander, then Beachhead. I have Beachhead.
Oh
Flint.
yeah, that's right. Oh, that's right. You had an extra beachhead. You gave it to me for my birthday. So I forgot. I do have two of the Hiya toys,
Uh,
and they're both well built,
yeah,
no quality issues.
Flint. I have Flint. Firefly. I have Firefly. Lady J. I do not have Major Blood. I do have the Major Blood. Um, Destro. I think I have the Destro. I have to double check on that. I have the
Repaint of it.
yeah, I have the Prophet Director one. Baroness, which is actually a phenomenal figure. I have a second one of those too, because I accidentally pre-ordered two of those. Um, Tiger Force Flint, I did not get. Gung Ho, I did not get. The Cobra Trooper, I have coming. Zartan, I have. The pre-order for Spirit is still up. I haven't decided on that. The Crimson Twins are available for pre-order. Um,
Ass.
yeah. Crocmaster just got released. I've seen a couple people with the Crocmaster. I didn't need it. It looks fantastic, but I didn't need it. The pre-order for Stalker did sell out. The pre-order for Dusty did sell out. I didn't get either one of those.
I can't believe Dusty sold out. There was just
I can't either.
Classified Dusty, in my opinion, was one of the most boring
Yeah.
updates that they've done as a production piece. And I was very surprised when the Hiya Toys version, which is just, a scaled down classified version, sold out. I'm like, really?
Yeah, that surprised the hell out of me too.
Yeah.
The Cobra Viper was next. Obviously, Zorana is up for pre-order. Torpedo, Shipwreck, Bazooka, Outback, and Range Viper. So there's
Oh,
20.
you're passing on most of those, right?
I am getting Torpedo, Outback, and the Range Viper.
I remember I sent you the screenshot of Bazooka. You just texted back, fuck no.
Yeah. I never a fan of Bazooka in any way, shape, or form other than on the cartoon.
Um, um,
Never had I take that back. I had the Battle Core Bazooka. I actually like that figure.
yeah, fishing gear Bazooka was cool, damn it. And I have the custom you made of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we I really wanted to put an episode out today. Well, I mean, I wanted to unbox my X Wings, but and my prizes, but yeah, I just really wanted to do an episode. Um, um, so and Brian snacking on something and making me hungry. Um,
Popcorn. I always got to have some popcorn.
um, oh, 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 I just really, yeah, you lost your audience because they knew they weren't getting anymore, huh?
Alice is still.
Um, oh,
She,
um, oh, hi, Alice.
she's down there somewhere.
Uh,
There she is.
oh, hi, Alice. Hi.
But yeah, the blue healers decided that they know Izzy especially knows that like I'm not gonna get any more of this. So Alice is ever hopeful.
um,
Um,
well, Alice, rebellions are built on hope.
right.
So
Well, we don't need her rebelling. I don't think there's any other like major toy news that I
I
can
don't
think
think
of.
so. Um, um, I saw a couple of Nemesis Immortals at the convention. The cheapest one I saw was 125.
Wow.
Um, so um, I mean, toy dealers sometimes they mark up the limited ones anyways, which is expected. So I was not remotely surprised by it. Um, he's one that he's very cool. I would not pay over retail for it, so I'll likely never own one, and that's fine. But um, yeah, I didn't see there weren't a ton of them, obviously, because they were pretty hard to get.
Yeah, I don't think.
So, um, but most of the other classified lines I saw, um, lots of vintage deals. Sean Grogan made out like a fucking bandit. I think he'll make it. I want to get him back on the show. So maybe we could talk about it. But yeah, it was a cool show. I've never been to that one. But it was outside Philadelphia, in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania. So we went to the Valley Forge encampment site where George Washington's troops spent 6 months and most of them died, or half of them died, or something. But yeah, that was good stuff. But um, yeah,
So yeah, I think that's about all we've got for this particular episode. So please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. And as always, thanks for watching.
thanks everybody.